Advisor, and you're listening to Get on Track, Stay on Track, and we're helping your small business one expert at a time. And this week, we're going to be doing something pretty unique. We've been invited to participate in a project that's going to be a series of Hangout on Airs are going to be used to create the chapters of a book. The authors, Yifat Cohen and Marc Gafni. The project is Digital Intimacy. So you're probably asking yourself right now, what the heck does digital intimacy have to do with me as a business owner? Because, right, on track tips, helping your small business, we want to keep it business focused. Well, that's what I want to find out because, frankly, I don't know. I've watched some of the other interviews in the series, and I see where they're going with this. I see and understand how it affects how digital intimacy and what it means in our society, how we're seeing this disconnectedness with a reality and a more engagement with our electronics, right? And I understand that we see this very profoundly in things like the two teenagers in the back of the bus where they'd rather spend time texting to each other, or husband and wife going out to a romantic dinner together and they spend more time on Facebook than they do staring adorningly into each other's eyes. So the question is, how do we really, how much of this do we really need to understand as business owners and marketers? I mean, I can see why it's very important to understand things like vulnerability, integrity, responsibility, why it's important to discuss things like privacy and anonymity and cyber identity. You know, with people like the philosophers, the sociologists, the psychologists, the cultural anthropologists. But yeah, business owners and marketers, I'm interested to find out what they have to say. So I'm going to ask them things like, you know, in business, how intimate do we really need to be? I mean, come on now. Do we really need all this? What seems to be, you know, a little bit fluff and flowers. We tend to talk a lot about engagements and relationships. I mean, do we need this to conduct business? Is this really our future? And how are we going to be able to keep our personal lives and our business lives separate? It seems like more and more they're starting to become one, at least in our circles of social media management and consulting and business coaching and the online space. So the theme that's repeated again over and over is this connection or relationship between intimacy and vulnerability. Now, come on, how much do we really need to be vulnerable in the business world? I mean, is this an asset in the business world, or is privacy and protectedness a much greater asset? So look, this interview is not going to be for everybody. I get that. If you can't make it, or if it's not for you, that's okay. But if you want to show up, make sure you check the description down here, and I'll put a link there, and that'll send you over there. Or better yet, you know, head on over to ontracktips.com, push the big red button, and I'll send you a reminder in the email about when the event is. So I hope to see you there. I think it's going to be a great discussion, and have a great time. Until then, we'll see you again. Bye for now.